In my books, there are only two passions in life: good food and my bicycle. I must be the world's first cycling gourmet. And now here I am back home, keen to discover the amazing food that is on my own doorstep. Join me, Nell, that's N-E-L-L Nelson, as I eat my way round Scotland. This week, I'm going to cycle through some of the most fantastic country in Scotland. I'm on cycle route number 6 on the northwest coast, and my goal is to make it to Lochaber tonight, then head east to Carbisdale Castle tomorrow. Loch Duart has won accolades from many of the best chefs in Britain and managed to produce what some people say is the best farmer salmon to be had. I plan to put their fish to the test. If it's as good as they say it is, I should be able to eat it raw. Andy Bing has been in the fish business most of his life and has taught himself the secrets of preparing raw fish, Japanese style, sashimi. Andy, I can tell you how much I've been looking forward to having a salmon sashimi, even to the extent I've gone out and bought a kit to help us on our way.
Brilliant. Chopsticks.
Just what you needed. Actually, I think you're more important, you've got the fish. So this is a Loch Duart farm salmon?
That's right, yes. We've got a couple here. These fish will be about 3 years old, and they're typical of what we sell to the sushi market.
So how heavy is this fish?
This is about 10 pounds. First of all, I would just remove the head.
So the first head off, and then what
happens? And then we would fillet the fish.
And so you start at the top, then
start at the top,
work your way down.
Neck, yeah.
But this is the optimum size for doing sashimi, isn't it?
It is, yes. It's a good size for sashimi. This fish would serve 20 to 30 people.
I've done better fillets, but usually I'm doing this in the kitchen.
You're making it look so easy.
That's
is that the bone?
just the rib cage,
The rib cage coming off. Fish biology is not that good, right?
Then we would skin the fish. As anyone knows, you can't divorce welfare from taste when you come to farming any creature. So we're basically...
So just sling that work, sling it over.
feeding the salmon in pellet form, similar fish to what they would eat in the wild.
So is that now, that's cutting in half?
Yes, I'm cutting it down the central vein, take off the loin of the salmon.
So that's, I can see there's lots of lines of the fat.
Fat and muscle.
Now, do you have to cut in a particular way, a particular grain, or...?
Yes, you cut slightly on the bias.
Actually, it's beautiful, so we can just have it just straight with nothing at all. It's just like, I'm feeling so exotic, my sunglasses on, I've got freshly cut salmons.
Well, it's a good healthy food.
Oh, it's just wonderful. I can put some soy sauce and wasabi in.
If you really want to appreciate it, you just have it on its own. But we might as well have it in the classic Japanese style.
So that, just a little bit of soy.
Yeah.
And then wasabi, which is super hot. Is it from the horseradish family?
It's a horseradish, yeah, so it's got a real kick to it.
Right.
Just mix it in.
But a lot of training in Chinese banquets, but if you're too slow, you don't get anything to eat. So yeah, I've honed my chopstick skills over the years. I haven't added too much wasabi. It looks so, yeah, I think it's... It is nice having that wheat. I think it brings out the flavours, because this one wasabi is like a counteract the sort of fattiness. Yeah. It's a good combo.
I think what really crowns it is eating it outside.
It's brilliant, isn't it? I'm never eating sashimi inside again. Eating raw fish straight from the water adds a whole new meaning to the term fast food. And my morning fix of raw fish has certainly added power to my pedals. In the summer, this road is a dream for hell angels, with its switchback coast-hugging contours. But motorcyclists have no stamina for bad weather. In the winter, it's just me, a few sheep, and some of the most stunning scenery in Scotland. I'm heading south to Lochinver to meet local fish merchant David Mackay. David is famous for his huge selection of smoked and fresh fish. I plan to buy fresh langoustines for tomorrow night's dinner and David's smoked haddock for tonight's dinner at the nearby Albanach Hotel. Fingers crossed, David's got some langoustines in. David, hello!
We keep them in these things to stop them fighting.
Oh God, you can see them coming out. They're certainly fresh. They are little burrows, aren't they?
Yeah, that's what they live in the mud anyway.
At least they feel relatively at home.
Probably not.
They're probably in a cardboard concrete block.
I mean, the whole point of these is they're alive.
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, as long as they're alive, they're as fresh as they can be.
But they're different sizes, aren't they?
Yeah, these are a sort of medium, and they do a smaller and large and extra large.
But I suppose the bigger they are, it's worth the effort peeling, isn't it?
Well, it's less effort. I mean, that's why folk like bigger ones, because it's just less work in them.
So how many langoustines do I need if I want to feed about, I don't know, 6, 8 people? Yeah, plus, I'll take them all, that's what I'll do. And I'll just have to do, yes. And then what's the best way to cook them? What would you recommend?
Well, just boiling them, I suppose, is the simplest, or steaming them.
Gosh, there's more and more.
Well, I don't know, I mean...
Oh, that's enough. I'm sure that's enough. It's massive. So I've got to pedal them over to Carbisdale Castle. And to be put out now, how am I going to get them there? Right, a box. Oh, that is great. So they're all right in their box like that?
Obviously they can be, I suppose.
Yes. So that's that. Now, next on my shopping list is smoked haddock.
All right.
Oh, wow. Gosh, that is great. So could you smoke the haddock here yourself? Yeah. And then what do you smoke it over?
It's just a mixture of, it's beech and oak sawdust. Seems to work anyway. So
if I was coming to a fishmonger, how do you choose a good bit of fish?
I mean, it's easier to tell with fresh fish because it should be bright eyes and shiny and that. I mean, a fillet, especially a smoked one's not so easy to tell.
Yeah, I'd like 4 bits of that, please. So what's the most popular fish that you catch here in this area?
Haddock is definitely the most, well, it's sold around here. It always has been, I think.
Oh, that's brilliant. Right, I'm ready to go. So I'll get my haddock and my prawns, and that's my supper. Several fish suppers organised. Tomorrow, I'm cycling to Carbisdale Castle on the east coast, which must be the most glamorous youth hostel in the world. And I'm going to make an equally glamorous dish. I can hardly wait. But now I must get tonight's dinner sorted.